In 1960, rape was virtually non-existent. There was no rapes. Uh, the amount of rapes in the United States was so small it just was not even on the radar of the police. So few rapes. But you fast forward 50 years later, and rape has gone up 1,000%. It is just uncommon. It's just hundreds of thousands of rapes take place all over this country every day. And you say, well, that's why we've got sex. We've got people on the sex registration to stop that kind of violence. Well, that the point is that in 1960, before women's liberation, before women had power to go out there on their own and be these independent kind of women who get out around other men all over the place and invite men, multiple men, to come on to them. Before women's liberation came around, women in the 60s stayed home. They did not go anywhere. They basically, their duty was to be a housewife and a mother. And you know it's real hard to rape a housewife and a mother, isn't it? Why? Because she's at the house. She's protected by her four walls. She's got a husband that carries a gun. And she is not available to men. Now fast forward till today. Women, they dress up like Paris Hilton, wear no clothes, run around, out partying, and they're gonna get raped. They hate being housewives. They hate having their only job of life is to be. They hate sitting at home and sexually pleasuring their husband. They think that this is repulsive for a woman to just sit home and her main duty is to sexually pleasure her husband. Well, that's repulsive. Women want to get out and party and have power and meet multiple men, a better looking man each time they leave the last one, and they just don't seem to realize that when you take and you deny men good sex as a housewife and you go out as a whore and you invite multiple men to come on to you, well, these men that are not being taken care of sexually at home by a wife sees you out there with no clothes on, partying, and appearing to offer something that he can't get at home. Well, what do you think's going to happen to your snatch? Okay, well, I guess women's liberation, when they do invite a guy to rape them, so-called rape, they turn around and they live out their dream of accusing the guy of rape, convicting him and sending him to prison, making him a registered sex offender. So, my point, women, you feminist women, listen real good. The rapes are going to increase. But your little dirty secret, your little tactic of sending them to prisons for these rapes that you enticed them to get involved in, these rapes are going to escalate. And men are going to be filled full of more hatred for you than they already have. And these rapes are going to escalate into murders. And you're going to have hundreds of thousands of abusive men raping you. And instead of going to prison because of your big mouth, going down there and testifying against him, he's going to slit your throat. And he's not going to care whether you're 14 or whether you're 45. And you just keep on keeping on with your whoredom and your liberation and see how you become a victim of real violence. The kind of violence that you don't walk away from, the kind you lay there dead and your heartbeat don't beat no goddamn more. And in my opinion, you deserve everything that you get coming to you.